television broadcast, well, my background, well, I just left the position where I was an executive on the computers. I have absolutely nothing to know, do nothing about TV broadcasts or anything. And where Sergeant Frank was a huge asset for me coming into a new position is that he's just a bank of knowledge. I think he's been here since the inception almost of ATTV itself. And of course he has an email file that is, well, how many gig was that? No, I'm sorry. So anytime I had any question, well, how do we do this? Well, sir, let me go and I'll find out. And then about 15 minutes later, I'll get about, 60 or so emails saying, oh, this is the way we did it in 1997, and this is the way we did it in 98. Okay, well, how are we going to do it this time? Because I don't know. And on top of that, he also had a file, well, it's kind of a file cabinet that we just kind of stack stuff up this way instead of stacking this way. If you walk into his office, he's got about 20 of those stacks all over the place. So in addition to just getting all these emails, you also get him coming into the office about every 5 minutes with another piece of document that he pulls out from his own file cabinet. As funny as that may sound, it was a tremendous help to me because I had no clue what I was doing. And when he brought in all this information, it really helped break me online quickly. And we were able to achieve a lot of stuff in a short period of time that I've been here. And that was all largely to the contribution that Sergeant Frank made. And he's made a tremendous amount of contributions to ATTV itself. I mean, he's responsible for over meetings and also work purchases that we've made to better our equipment and the way we do business. And all that he's done for Afton and for ATTV is truly great. We wish him the best of luck. At this time, we'll open up the floor if anyone else has any stories that they would like to contribute. I'm sure there are plenty of Sergeant Frank stories.
I'll save for later.
Go right ahead.
He's right. Ryan's been here just about since the inception of what we've been doing. And I understand those files. Those are the different conferences that we've been to. So we go to these conferences and everybody else has them send stuff to you. Ryan's lugging around a suitcase for all his literature, so that's what that is. One of the things that Brian's going to need as he goes here, I was talking to the Veterans Administration folks, and I guess he's a disabled guy here, can't hardly move yet. Give him some 60, 70% disability or some number like that. So as he gets older, we thought we'd get him something so that he could actually remember his name. But on a more serious note, he has been there. Probably 90% of the equipment that we have, Brian had some part in ordering that equipment. And he's been a real asset to us in the ATM program office. So from all of us at the ATM program office, we'd like to give you a mug. So they do all this for us. And we just want to wish him luck in his endeavors with his new wife in the civilian world.
I'm Chuck Wozak. I'm from the Defense Acquisition University. Used to be AF at LSP. I just wanted to say, on behalf of Defense Acquisition University, you got a lot of friends up there that you've helped over the years when we were in LSP. And you're still helping us out down there. We appreciate it. And the fact that I'm here is as a direct consequence of being on one of his mailing lists. So, but I appreciate that because obviously we've worked together, and he's thought that much of me, and I think that much of him to honor him by being here today. He's worthy of honor, and I appreciate you inviting me, and I appreciate all of you being here to support him. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Well, come on, I want to hear the dirty, dark stuff.
Well, I can't help but tell at least one story. You know how you have those projects that, well, they're on the table, but you really need somebody to keep happening, to keep them moving along. There's your man. You give him a project, you let him go on his way, and he will aggravate people that he's working with so much that they will get to the point they just say, okay, whatever you want. We had one project where we were trying to make a purchase for some digital switches, and for any of those who know how we do purchases, it's under $25,000 you get to do the impact buy and go ahead and make the purchase. But when we first started talking to these folks, they were charging us $34,000 a piece for these things.
Couldn't hear you.
They were charging us $34,000 a piece for these things. And somehow, after about a week or two, he came to me and said, oh, okay, sir, we can make the GPC purchase. I'm like, how? It's over the $25,000 limit. Oh, well, they're charging us $23,974. Okay, don't tell me how you did it. That's great. And that's the other thing that he did for me. Every project that I had that I needed somebody to chase to ground, there was Sergeant Frank. Anything else anyone else want to add? And this time we'll have Colonel Mills come forth and give a presentation from the Communication Information Director.
Okay, thanks to everybody for coming out. Testament to you and all the folks that you've touched here at AFIT. Brian's one of the old timers here. I inherited the distance learning director last year. I was on leave in Montana, and my boss called me up and said, hey, we want to put DL underneath SC. And I thought, well, okay, whatever. Normally when you're gone, that's when they try to steal things from you. I've never had anybody try to throw more things on my plate while I was on leave. But, so I came back, and we got the IG geared up, a lot of change going on, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's DL, what have I inherited here? And Brian was one of the key folks who helped to get me up to speed, just as Lieutenant Bill was talking about, never having, I haven't had to deal with that sort of thing before, broadcasting and so on. Well, what have I gotten myself into? A year later, I still haven't figured it out, Ramon, so maybe you'll do better than I did. We've had a tradition of SC to print out a print here and then sign around the border. One of the big things that I have been pushing when we inherited DL was to try to make everybody realize we're all part of the Big Stay Happy family. So from all of your friends in AFIT SC, which includes the computer geeks and the folks that are doing all the computer buying and your friends in DL, just wanted to thank you for your service to SC and to AFIT, and take this and hang it on its place wherever you land after here, and good luck to you. Thank you.
On behalf of the EAC, I'd like to present this traditional plaque. Also, on a personal note, I'd just like to say, as Sergeant Frank's supervisor, it's been an honor and privilege to work with him for the past year. And I appreciate all the hard work and dedication and sacrifice you've made to make SCB what it is today. And we're going to miss your adventurous tales of your military past. I'd like to wish Sergeant Frank and his family the best of luck in a new life.
Hopefully this will be a brief speech, so I had to write it down so I don't forget anybody. Ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished guests, Director Lieutenant Colonel Mills, the Communications and Information Director, Director Major Westfall, retired Air Technology Network. It is my honor and privilege to have you in attendance for my retirement luncheon today. I wanted this informal gathering today prior to the official retirement ceremony to allow those whose duties prevent them from attending the official ceremony this afternoon to be able to see me off as well, as to let my AFIT family meet my family and friends. I want to thank each and every one for coming out for my retirement luncheon here today. I really appreciate everyone taking time out of your busy schedules to come see me retire after 20 years of service. I am deeply and truly honored, and I am touched by your presence. I especially want to thank my family and friends whom have honored me greatly by being here today. So many have come from out of state to get here for today's retirement luncheon and ceremony. Especially my wife, Denise, and my stepdaughter Tiffany from Los Angeles, California, who flew on the red eye just to be here. My stepmother Paula from Tulsa, Kentucky, and her boyfriend Donald. My sister.
Can you get away with that?
my brother Kurt and his wife Julie from Kankakee, Illinois. And my best friend, Master Sergeant Josh Lorenz from Ellsworth Air Force Base, Grand Rapids, South Dakota. He drew all across the country in his truck. I'm honored. My sisters, I should say, my father's sister, my Aunt Sharon Lorenz, and her daughter, my first cousin, Christine Lorenz from Chicago, Illinois. We drove last night, all night, got here like 3:30 in the morning to be here. I'm honored. I am deeply honored beyond words to express my gratitude for all you, for your attendance at today's event. Again, I thank you all for coming. It's going to be quite a big change from wearing the Air Force blue to corporate gray. As they say, it's been quite an enjoyable adventure being in the Air Force for over half my life, and here at Apple for the last 5.5 years, in business education. I have had some wonderful opportunities here at AFIT to excel. Thanks to my supervisors here at AFIT, I was able to volunteer upon arrival to help build through self-help efforts 60% or more of one of our distance education classroom studios. A 6-month project in which I put every drop of effort into to get completed, to include some 200 additional active-duty hours, and it was the work of love for me. I just asked my family, and they can all tell you they've seen the photos. I have always been exhilarated by being able to build things with my hands. May lead to building my own house someday. Who knows?
Timber.
I am truly grateful for all my supervisors here at AFIT, for having expressed belief in Dr. Westfall and Mr. John Rogers, especially for sending me on so many TDYs to get me better trained in Since I was cross-utilized in this career field and lacked the training, it helped me immensely. I especially want to thank my current supervisor, Master Sergeant John Mitchell, for his training and walking me through, slowly, all the television world acronyms. His training was above par, though he has vast superior knowledge. He always made me feel as an equal. I want to thank him personally for that. Thank you, Master Sergeant Mitchell. It was uniquely fun for me as well being here. Being able to play the videographer from time to time, hand-tilt zooming the cameras and playing with the computer effects equipment sure was great fun. I love serving AFIT these past few years. I have met so many interesting people here at AFIT, and I can't begin to say who. And I've seen so many move on to new assignments. And I think I'm like number 2 or 3 left on the list of long-term airmen here at AFIT. I am the longest one here in my division, military or civilian. And that's a first for me. Having had 8 assignments, always moving on, it was refreshing being able to stay in one place and call it home. My wife and I were just talking the other day about how leaving the Air Force is just like leaving a family. I know she's right. Having old friends who have left the service telling me how jealous of me they are, for they miss the fellowship and the camaraderie only the service seems to have. I guess that's why they have organizations like the American Legion and vets and the Veterans of Foreign War who still need to be with the family. I know I will miss my family in the United States Air Force, that's for sure.